Elisa. This is Edna. I'm just doing a little testimonial video for the Atlantis Scalar work that you and Eric have done for me over the past 8 months. I've had a number of services done that I have been thrilled with. This time, I think what I specifically want to talk about first is the ankle pain relief service that you so graciously did for me for free about a month ago I think you did it on March 31st of this year. And to give a little backstory, I have been a lifelong runner. I started running in my early teens, and I'm 53 now, so a long time. And I've had, issues and injuries or joint pain here and there over the years. But in the last couple of years, my ankles have just been killing me. There was definitely some osteoarthritis going on, and it just was getting worse and worse. And so when I heard you mention that you were testing joint pain relief with Atlantis Scalar, I immediately reached out to you and emailed and said I would be a perfect candidate if you're looking to test people, and told you what was going on. And then I honestly sort of forgot about it. But not long after that, you emailed me back and said that you had done the service and to let me know what I thought about it. And so, unbelievably, literally the day after I got your email, I got out of bed that morning and was just blown away. And the thing is that for me anyway, my arthritis in my ankles was the worst in the morning, first thing out of bed. After laying in bed all night, it was just sort of a shock to put my feet on the floor and like try to walk across the floor. There was, a definite sort of shot of pain that would shoot up my legs, and I would kind of have to ease into the whole experience of walking, and I felt like I was 90 years old, seriously. And it would kind of dissipate as the morning went on, but it was definitely the worst getting out of bed in the mornings. So I was just used to that. That had been going on for quite a while, at least a year or so. But the morning after you emailed me and said you did the ankle pain relief service, I got out of bed, put my feet on the floor, and immediately was like, no way. I have to be honest, I didn't really buy it. I didn't believe it. I thought this must be my imagination, or it must be some weird placebo effect. Like, how can this be so improved in one day? And that went on for a couple of days. The next morning, exactly the same thing. I got out of bed and was like, this is unbelievable, because that was always sort of my morning reality, is waking up and having, a real sort of rude wake-up call of getting up, getting my feet on the floor, and just sort of getting my body moving. And then sort of I would warm up and it would get a little better, but the initial putting your feet on the floor in the mornings and putting weight on your ankles was really just a lot of discomfort. So it took a few days, and I think on day 3 or 4, I remember just saying, Eric, thank you. Like, I remember just looking in the mirror, smiling from ear to ear, just thinking, this is the most amazing thing. This is real. This is not my imagination. I am blown away. And I emailed you shortly thereafter and mentioned how incredible my results were. I think my pain immediately was down by probably 75% in my ankles from one service for free. And I am so thankful to you. I'm so thankful for the generous service you performed, for your incredible heart for all the work you do, the unbelievable energy you have. And I mean, the miracles you are performing with Eric are changing people's lives. And I myself have proof that is not my imagination, is very real and is very meaningful, because I had really had to cut back on my running, and running is something that I do that is, brings me a lot of joy. It is my number one form of stress relief. I've been missing it a lot. I've been working in other forms of exercise and things like that, but I don't know. I just love running. So I'm so thankful to be able to start running again more regularly. And I'm having, now I'm more aware now of my other issues. I hadn't noticed, that my knees are pretty arthritic as well. And I'm thinking about doing your knee pain relief service next, because I hadn't really noticed my knees because my ankles hurt so much. And now that my ankles feel better, I'm aware that, well, my knees could use some help too. So I'm probably coming back for more someday soon. But I am just here to tell you that you are doing amazing work. I am eternally grateful. I have had other services done as well. This is probably, I think this was the first physical Atlantis Scalar service I had done, but the other services and the work you and Eric have performed for me and my family have also had pretty incredible results that are on a, what I would call, more energetic level, but also equally amazing. And the services I've had, I wrote down, are fairly extensive, because I was, with every service, the results were good. So I have done a number at this point. We have done family portal work. I had a past life trauma report that you did for me, which was actually pretty mind-blowing, as you probably remember, and helped to explain a lot about what goes on in my family in this lifetime. I've had chakra work done. You did my guardian angel name. You did empath protection on myself and my family, and an increase in psychic ability service as well. And all of these things, including some that you just recently did for age regression and a couple of other services, all of these have had really, really profound impact on myself and the other people you've done them for in my house. There has been a huge energetic upgrade in our family. Our home has a completely different vibe in the months and days and weeks since you did this work. It is life-changing, and I hope and pray everyone who needs this work can get it done, Elisa, because I really do believe this is the future of healthcare, and it is the future of our planet to see this sort of energetic support and possibility available, and to see the incredible work that you and Eric are doing. I feel like it's just the tip of the iceberg right now. So I want to encourage anyone who's thinking about it to pursue it, to believe it, because it is real and it is incredible. So thank you, Elisa. I love you so much. I love Eric. You guys have changed my life for the better in so many ways. It's just not enough to put on one video. I will tell you a quick little Eric story, and it's a dragonfly story, but it just is just incredible to me. And I just want to share with people the different ways that Eric communicates and shows himself. And I, when I found you a couple of years ago, I was having at the exact same time some really interesting experiences with dragonflies on my daily trail walk. I live in a beautiful part of Texas where we have a lot of old ranch land and access to beautiful nature trails. And all of a sudden, that spring or summer, I started noticing when I would walk, I would be approached on a regular basis by beautiful little blue dragonflies. And it was sort of different and a very noticeable thing, because they seemed to be everywhere when I would walk, and I had never come across so many dragonflies before. And I look back and I just laugh, because it was right around the time that I was beginning to listen to Channeling Eric and you, and all of a sudden I was having these beautiful blue dragonflies sort of follow me on my trail walks when I would walk with my dog. And around the same time, I also had received an old sweatshirt of my dad's who had transitioned, and it was my favorite piece of comfort wear that I would wear on chillier days in Texas. And that sweatshirt, I didn't really pay attention to it at the time, other than just loving the sweatshirt for a sentimental reason. But that sweatshirt, I noticed one day laying on my bed, has two beautiful blue dragonflies embroidered on it, and I'll show them to you. They're right there. And this was happening at the same time that I acquired this sweatshirt that used to belong to my dad, and was wearing it a lot, and was watching your channel, and then was coming across a lot of dragonflies on my walk. And I remember mentioning to my husband one day, wow, do you notice all the blue dragonflies that are around right now? I wonder why there's suddenly so many dragonflies. And he often does daily trail walks or runs on the same trails. And I just remember him looking at me saying, no, I don't see any dragonflies. I don't see blue dragonflies. And I remember thinking, you don't? Because they're everywhere. How do you not see them? And we just kind of laughed. And I remember at the time thinking it was just a really odd thing. And anyway, Eric must have just been shaking his head and laughing, because finally one day I was actually reading your blog, and I came across one of the articles all about Eric and his dragonfly signs. And my jaw was just like, what? Anyway, it was, he must have just been like, duh. Honestly, it took me a while to kind of connect the dots, but now I just get the best feeling whenever I see a dragonfly, and I think of Eric and I think of my dad, and I just know they're in cahoots because they're both such strong spirits. And anyway, that's my dragonfly story, but I thought it was a good one. So cheers to you, Elisa. Cheers to Eric, and cheers to the dragonflies. Love you. Thank you for everything. Bye-bye.